Hey guys, we are here in Brandenburg Gate, the symbol of Germany and the city of Berlin.
The Brandenburg Gate, or Brandenburger Tor, is an 18th century neoclassical monument in Berlin, and one of the best-known landmarks of Germany. In the time of Friedrich William, in 1688, shortly after the 30 Years' War, and a century before the gate was constructed, Berlin was a small walled city with several gates. Relative peace, a policy of religious tolerance, and a status as capital of the Kingdom of Prussia facilitated the growth of the city. The Brandenburg Gate was not part of the old Berlin fortress, but one of the 18 gates within the Berlin Customs Wall, erected in the 1730s. The new gate was commissioned by Friedrich William II of Prussia to represent peace after the temporary restoration of order during the Batavian Revolution, and was originally named the Peace Gate, Friedenstor. It was designed by Karl Gotthard Langhans and built between 1788 and 1791. It was built on the site of a former city gate that marked the start of the road from Berlin to the town of Brandenburg an der Havel, which used to be the capital of the Margravate of Brandenburg. The gate consists of 12 Doric columns, 6 to each side, forming 5 passageways. Citizens were originally allowed to use only the outermost 2 on each side. Its design is based on the Propylaea, the gateway to the Acropolis in Athens, Greece, and is consistent with Berlin's history of architectural classicism. The gate was the first element of a new Athens on the river Spree. Atop the gate is a sculpture by Johann Gottfried Schadow of a quadriga, a chariot drawn by 4 horses driven by Victoria, the Roman goddess of victory. From then on, the Brandenburg Gate will play different political roles in German history. The quadriga remained in place for just over a decade since construction, before falling into the clutches of Napoleon Bonaparte and his Grand Army in 1806. After occupying Berlin that fall and triumphantly marching beneath the arches of the gate, Napoleon ordered the quadriga dismantled and shipped back to Paris. The horse and goddess were hastily packed up in a series of crates and moved across the continent. It appears Napoleon had forgotten about the statue, and it languished in storage until 1814, when Paris itself was captured by Prussian soldiers headed by General Ernest von Pfuel. The quadriga was returned to Berlin and once again installed atop the Brandenburg Gate, now redesigned by Karl Friedrich Schnickel, for the new role of the Brandenburg Gate as the Prussian triumphal arch. As a symbol of Prussia's military victory over France, the goddess was equipped with the Prussian eagle and the Iron Cross, on her lance with a wreath of oak leaves. The cross was later removed during the Communist era and only permanently restored in 1990 during the unification of Germany. The quadriga faces east as it did when it was originally installed in 1793. Only the royal family was allowed to pass through the central archway, as well as members of the Pfuel family from 1814 to 1919. The Kaiser granted this honor to the family in gratitude to Ernest von Pfuel, who had overseen the return of the quadriga to the top of the gate. In addition, the central archway was also used by coaches of ambassadors on the single occasion of their presenting their letters of credence to council. When Nazis ascended to power, they used the gate as a party symbol. After Adolf Hitler's rise to power as the head of his Nazi party and his appointment as Chancellor on January 30, 1933, that same evening, the new Chancellor was treated to a torchlight procession through Berlin, as thousands of brown-shirted stormtroopers and SS members passed under Brandenburg Gate to the presidential palace, where Hitler and high-ranking members of the Nazi Party were cheered. During the war, efforts to disguise the government district of Berlin and confuse Allied bombers had included the construction of a replica of the Brandenburg Gate, located away from the city center. Much of Berlin was destroyed at the end of the war, but the gate survived with heavy damage. It was one of the damaged structures still standing in the Pariser Platz ruins. The gate was badly damaged with holes in the columns from bullets and nearby explosions. In one of the last cooperative measures before the erection of the Berlin Wall, the East and West Berlin authorities worked together on its restoration. The holes were patched but were visible for many years. The gate was located in the Soviet occupation zone, directly next to the border to the British occupation zone. Vehicles and pedestrians could travel freely through the gate, until the day after construction began on the Berlin Wall on August 13, 1961. Once the wall went up, access to the gate was cut off. The wall passed directly at the western side of the gate, which was closed throughout the Berlin Wall period, which ended on December 22, 1989. A Soviet flag flew from a flagpole atop the gate from 1941 until 1957, when it was replaced by an East German flag. Almost 2 years after the Berlin Wall was erected, John F. Kennedy delivered one of the most famous addresses of his presidency to a crowd outside West Berlin City Hall, just steps from the Brandenburg Gate. The Soviets hung large red banners across it to prevent him looking into East Berlin. Kennedy's speech had been largely remembered for one particular phrase, his German pronunciation of the "I am a Berliner," or popularly known line, "I am a jelly donut."
Ich bin ein Berliner.
In the 1980s, decrying the existence of two German states and two Berlins, West Berlin Mayor Richard von Weizsäcker said the German question is open as long as the Brandenburg Gate is closed. On June 12, 1987, US President Ronald Reagan spoke to the West Berlin population at the Brandenburg Gate, demanding the raising of the Berlin Wall.
General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
When the revolution of 1989 occurred and the wall was demolished, the gate symbolized freedom and the desire to unify the city of Berlin. Thousands of people gathered at the wall to celebrate its fall on November 9, 1989. On December 22nd of the same year, the Brandenburg Gate border crossing was reopened with Helmut Kohl, the West German Chancellor, walking through to be greeted by Hans Modrow, the East German Prime Minister. On December 25th, less than 2 months after the Berlin Wall began to come down, the conductor Leonard Bernstein conducted the Berlin Philharmonic in a version of the Ninth Symphony of Beethoven. At the then newly opened Brandenburg Gate, leading an international orchestra comprised of musicians from the 4 countries that had occupied Berlin following the end of World War II: France, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the Soviet Union. The concerts were both held in West and East Berlin. They were both broadcast to tens of thousands of spectators gathered at the Brandenburg Gate and throughout the two Berlins, and it was the first television events transmitted to both the East and West Germany in more than 30 years. In the concluding choral movement of the Symphony de Haute Joy, the word Freude or joy was replaced by Freiheit or freedom to celebrate the fall of the wall and the imminent reunification of Germany. During 1990, the quadriga was removed from the gate as part of a renovation work carried out by the East German authorities following the fall of the wall. Germany was officially reunified on October 1990. The Brandenburg Gate was the scene of the official ceremony. At the stroke of midnight on October 3rd, the black, red, gold flag of West Germany became the flag of the reunified Germany was raised over the gate. The gate became the main venue for the 20th anniversary celebrations of the fall of the Berlin Wall, or Festival of Freedom, on the evening of November 9, 2009. Along with Chancellor Angela Merkel, who walked through the gate with Russia's Mikhail Gorbachev and Poland's Lech Wałęsa. After winning the 2014 FIFA World Cup, the German national football team held their victory rally in front of the gate. It has also hosted street events at the 2009 IAAF World Championships in Athletics and repeated its role in the 2018 European Athletics Championships. It is also the usual finish line of the Berlin Marathon. Aside from those, on 2013, US President Barack Obama spoke at the gate about nuclear arms reduction and the recently revealed US internet surveillance activities. The gate is now again closed to vehicle traffic, and much of the Platz has been turned into a cobblestone pedestrian zone. The gate was also previously illuminated after attacks in Jerusalem and Orlando. The Berlin Senate only allows the gate to be illuminated for events in partner cities and cities with a special connection to Berlin. Throughout its existence, the Brandenburg Gate was often a site for major historical events and is today considered not only as a symbol of the complicated history of Europe and Germany, but also of European unity and peace. So that's it for the Brandenburg Gate. Until next time, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Bye! So guys, if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and feel free to comment.
Hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell. Come on guys, hit the bell.
For notifications.
And don't forget to share.
And like.